Just want to start with a little bit of a somber note. We just had last week, 2 3 days back, we had the Peshawar that happened. The most horrible, evil, uh, terrible, horrendous. I don't know what all adjectives that we can put to it. All I know is that it is evil. It is evil out there, and that's been sad for those children and their parents and our neighbors. We also had our own loss in our family last week. Many of you know that Dipali Nath lost her father. I think it was last Saturday or something like that. Last Saturday, she was here and she was busy working for that report, which is it should be launched as the urban report, and then she's been working uh, almost every weekend in the last 2 3 weekends to get that out. Uh, but she was called from here and reached home and found that he was no more. Uh, some of us were there for the fourth day ceremonies or listening to the hymns and so on, and bhajans, and her nephew talked about the grandfather, which I thought was very very interesting. He died, I think he was 88, 88, uh, and he used to take part in the Delhi marathons. The last he ran was 78, and in fact, recently he wanted to run, and the children and the grandchildren had to literally hold him back to not from running at this age, this advanced age. So I thought that was interesting, and is was an inspiring personality all around from all what we heard. I know that the family would really miss him, and we want to be a part of by actually reaching out to the party at this time of her loss. Shall we have a 2 minute silence, both thinking of Peshawar as well as our own loss? You may want to sit down. Okay, when such terrible tragedies that happen and it moves many of us, and we go into silence, and I get into a very reflective mode. And yesterday I penned down some lines. Maybe I would like to read it to you. Irwin is not here, so I can read. He doesn't like my poetry. A lone death's star, darker than the darkest, stood guard in a pale, wintry Peshawar, while evil slipped in after scaling the wall, before turning the temple of little angels into crimson and gold. The buds, before they could blossom, the buds before they could blossom were plucked and snuffed, while the red stains mosaiced the floor. Things that they learned, and foremost among them all, to ask why, didn't slip out as fear curdled their words and blood smattered the walls. Well, I think this year has been, in several sense, the world has seen some horrific events, and of course, one of it was last week, and the other still unfolding in the rest of the world, in Africa, especially Africa actually, in three countries, especially three countries, is Ebola, and the infection rate is still going high. And I'm glad to announce, and many of you know, that Knudsen is there. Knudsen is there. We heard from him last week, though he is not allowed to go to the hospital, but he is engaged in the back-end logistics as an HR manager. So we are proud that Knudsen is there, reaching out and supporting. And once he comes back, we hope that to make this also open to others, based on their needs, etc. And I'm really hoping that he will be safe, and he will come back safe, and he will stay safe. I think all of our thoughts and prayers are with Knudsen, and I really think it's in several sense of that word. It's it's rather courageous and brave to put yourself out there in such danger. So I'm really proud of Knudsen for doing that. 2014 is just slipped by, right? And every year, I think that this year is the fastest year. And actually, when you get older, it's even the years go by even faster. So 2014 has been another interesting year for Save the Children. When we had the board meeting last week, and the several committees that went ahead of that, including the finance and risk management. It's resource mobilization, not risk mobilization committee. Risk management committee also met. We looked at 2014 in terms of absolute numbers. We have stayed stable. What is the word? We held the ground, right? Good holding the ground in 2014. We ended up with again. You always remind me that it's not about money. It's about the people that we reach out to. But in terms of money, let me tell you that we ended the year with 150 crores. It is more or less the same as we did last year. But if you remember last year, some of you do not know that since we do not have the accrual-based accounting, which we are trying to change to, and Sonali has committed that by next month it will all be ready. Every accounting which is going to accrual and not cash-based accounting. So last year, December, we received some money close to about 25 crores. You know that 25 crores, if you receive in December, you're not going to spend in December. So we have to make up for that 25 crores also this year. So hence, if that was actually going to be counted this year, we would have been definitely more than, we would have done more than last year. That is in terms of absolute money. But in terms of programmatic reach out, you know that we had several significant programs that came into our fold through certain corporate grants. You know that about Mondelez, you know about Nokia, you know about IKEA, and there was PNG, and which are the other ones? Anybody from the corporate team? Which are the biggest? RB. And where is Rashmi? Yes. Muthoot, don't forget that. That was a big one. Well, you don't know about Muthoot, and many of you are not laughing, but understand what Muthoot is from Rashmi later on. But we had some significant programs, and these are all multi-year grants. In fact, when we are beginning the year of 2015, we already have about 60 crores confirmed grants to work out next year. That was not the case when we started last year. So there are multi-year grants that are coming in, and we are planning in 2015. Anybody knows what's the number that we are planning to do?
175.
Oh, Shireen, we are going to do 183. 183 is what we are going to do in the coming year, and that is possible. Is possible because there is a lot of interest in India. 2 weeks back, I was in London, and I was a part of a group of CEOs. There are 4 CEOs called the future leaders of the movement, which is Save the Children, China, Brazil, South Africa, and India. And we put up our numbers there. We put up our numbers for the future, for the next year, and till 2030. We put the numbers out there. You know, anybody not from the fundraising team who took part in that workshop? Do you know how much we are going to do by 2030? And again, don't take me wrong by only talking about numbers. I mean, this numbers means more number of children reached, right? More number of issues handled. Anybody, any idea how much we will be in 2030? Sorry?
2,500 crores.
That you guys already knew about it. Who is this? Okay. I don't know where he read that. It's correct actually. We are actually going to do about $425 million, and we'll be one of the top agencies for Save the Children in India. We'll definitely be the largest NGO, and the largest NGO definitely for children in India, which would mean that we'll be reaching out to the largest number of children by any agency, by any NGO in India, and that's what we are planning to do. A large part of it will also be unrestricted grants, is what we are looking at. Looking at that potential, Save the Children internationally is investing into India. You know that next year, 2015, we are going to get a grant, only grant not to reach out to children in that sense, but grant to reach out to many more donors. It's about 1.25 million. And while I was having my discussion with the SEI board, they said it is not just 1.2, it could go up to $2 million. And $2 million is roughly 12 crores. Is going to come to India only to invest into the Indian market, to kind of raise the awareness level, generate leads for people to be giving money to us. So India is looking good. And let me also tell you, I mean, I know it's a little bit of boasting here, but when I presented the India plan to the larger global board, I was the only one who got applause from the rest of the board members. So I felt very thrilled and excited about it. And people came back and told me that you guys know where you're going. That's the exact comment I got. You know, you're very specific about it, and not just that. One of our goals, one of our values here starts with A. We are ambitious for children. Yeah, that's one of our greatest value driving us. So I must say that that is 2 weeks back that happened, and we launched 2 significant reports this year. How many of you remember that? Which are those ones? One was recently 3 weeks back. WINGS. WINGS stand for World of India's Girls. WINGS, right? And I really would like to recognize people who worked hard on it. Again, Dipali Nath and her team, and also worked closely with the advocacy team with Shireen to launch it. We had how many of you were there? And I was told that I was not here. I was not here at that time. How many of you were there? Okay. And I was told that there were many staff members were there, unlike launches before. So it is good to see. It is good to take ownership of such reports and we should be a part of that. And that was a good show out there. We also launched another report, and it was actually launched by the health minister of the country, along with Bill and Melinda Gates. And the report is called as SOAN. It is State of India's Newborn, and Rajesh from here, and who else worked on it from here?
And Prasanna was there.
Okay, Anuradha, all of you worked on it, and I heard a lot of good things about that report, and it got good traction. We launched it, and subsequently you launched in another place.
It's been launched in
Many
5 or 6
states,
states.
5 to 6.
5 or 6
I think it's just
different states.
That's right.
State of India's newborn report. Now, Save the Children is getting a certain credibility and on releasing and launching reports, which is very good. But are we a report-making organization? It's very significant to do research, to bring out reports, because when we started our operations in 2008, one of the things that we promised ourselves was that apart from being the best NGO in India, we will also bring 1 or 2 seminal publications every year. And the girls report, and there is another report which is getting ready at this point of time. It is a urban child report, and which hopefully by February we'll be able to bring it out. So again, another significant year that has gone by, and where in which we have grown significantly. And will we add on any new states this year?
Initiated Punjab and Haryana, but
Exactly, initiated Punjab and Haryana, which is these are 2 new states which were not present, and that is with the IKEA support. And that is it's kind of the baseline is going on, and it will be soon over, and we'll be getting into the work. So last week I had not last week, this week, Monday, I was in Mumbai attending a Mondelez leadership meeting, in which we are looking at what happened in the last 6 months. And they also had a lot of good things to say, and we are really looking forward to getting into 2 new additional states with that program. One is Himachal Pradesh, and another is Madhya Pradesh. Now, I'm not sure in our strategy going forward, 2016 plus strategy, whether we are going to want to be present in all 16 states, or we want to focus on certain states, and Sudeep can talk a lot about tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 states. But that is one thing. Another thing which we launched this year is the 2030 vision, ambition, and working backwards. We are going to break it into 3-year blocks of strategy period. So we are going to have a 2016 plus strategy, which is coming together. And where is Renu? Renu is supporting me on that. You know that Nishita has left, and Renu is has joined me to support in the strategy coordination work. We are also on board is BCG. You know BCG? How many of you know BCG? Boston Consulting Group. Everybody knows BCG. We had a meeting with BCG last week in their new offices in Gurgaon. What an office! What a beautiful office. First thing these days, whenever I go to such offices, is that will you give us some space here? I asked the same thing to Mondelez as well, and I also asked this thing to RB. Where is Charu? Charu is not here today. Charu and I said that, and actually, Nitish Kapoor, who is the CEO of Reckitt Benckiser, took me seriously and said, "How much space do you want?" I said, 10,000 square feet. That will be a bit difficult, but it will be good to get some space from these absolutely corporate spaces that are out there. Okay, to talk about our strategy, we are getting into the intense phase of strategy. There are several inputs we already have. There was a peer review that happened. There was an ambition statement that we put out there, which I presented to the global board last week or week before last, and then there will be, you will all be engaged with it. You will be all engaged. All of you will be asked, what are your wishes? Or do you agree with this? We will come to you. We will go to our donors. We will go to us, other stakeholders, and we will talk to everybody concerned about the strategy process. And I talked about the budget that went through at the last GC meeting. They approved the budget. I must also really thank Sonali for less than 1 month into her job. She got herself completely, it is something like a baptism by fire into the numbers of Save the Children, which is even for somebody who has come from a CFO background of what company? Wipro, sorry. Company like that found it very challenging and interesting. And more challenging was because everybody had, not everybody, the number 2 line had completely disappeared. And she was working day and night. I got engaged in some of that process. But at the end of the day, the board appreciated the work that has gone into it, and I would really like to acknowledge the work that has happened from her, as well as Sumesh, who has put in a lot of work. And just imagine that everybody in that second line of finance wasn't there. So good work that has happened in the budget and that was approved. I told you 183 crores is what we are looking at next year, which got approved for. We got a new governing council member, and I don't know how many of you can relate to her. I can relate to her because that was my growing up, not growing up, actually grown up, and in college already. 1980 Miss India. Her name is Sarup Sambat Rawal. She has joined our board, and that is right. Paresh Rawal's wife. She has got a PhD in education. So that is interesting. I hope you can see me. So she is just yesterday while I was Monday while I was in Mumbai. No, yesterday she spoke to me. So she has accepted the invitation to be on the board. So she is going to bring some diversity to our board, not only the gender diversity, but also she is a subject expert on education today. She actually wrote a child rights book for children, because the child right, as we know, the child right convention, as we know, it's all kind of lost in the wordings of a UN convention. If you read it, it's difficult for a child to understand. So she's just written a book in which I have also written a message for her, and she was hoping that Narendra Bhai would release it, but Narendra Bhai has politely declined. But we are looking at other more important, other significant people to be releasing that book. Another important thing. The other important thing is that you know about it. I was at the UN meeting. I was at the United Nations General Assembly meeting. Again, I'm boasting, but I think I'm boasting on your behalf, because I was representing Save the Children India. I was representing Save the Children globally. I was representing the entire civil society on that panel. There was nobody else from the civil society on that panel. So I got extremely excited of that opportunity. I thought it was a wonderful opportunity, and this was the 25th year of the UN Convention on Child Rights, which you know that we have a great legacy there, because it's our founder who wrote the first charter, or as they call it, the Declaration of the Child Rights in Geneva in 1923 was when it was, and this is the world's most widely ratified endorsed conventions. 194 countries have signed up to it, and it's all started with a wonderful, wonderful song, Imagine. Who wrote Imagine? I mean, who sang? John Lennon. And who is his wife? Yoko Uno. She was there at that event, which I was there, wherein she dedicated that song to UNICEF for children of the world, free, and they've got the rights to play that song. So there were celebrities from across the world singing live in New York at the UN building, singing Imagine. And one of our own girls is there, Priyanka Chopra. She wasn't there, but then there is a video that was taken.
Our own girls,
I see not our own. I'm talking about India.
Acha, I mean,
Yeah.
now you've become, anyway, doesn't matter.
Okay, Serena has got a problem with that.
Anyway, the point about Imagine.
But by the way, Priyanka Chopra and I were there for the Bulgari ring launch a few years back. Did you hear about that? Okay. So Priyanka Chopra and I, and I went and met her in a room this is JP Marriott in Mumbai, and we couldn't come through the main doors because we will be kind of mobbed because I was going with her. Right? So we went through this backyard kitchen and everything and made this entry. While just about to enter that main hall, she gets a call from her manager and saying that you cannot do this for Bulgari because she's already endorsing competition's products. And then she had one look at me and said, "Don't worry, sir, I'll manage." And she came in. Well, the first thing she did was that move that standee behind me, which is only with Bulgari and Save the Children. She moved that away because the cameras wouldn't be on that. And she said, "Hey, now let's do it." And I did it. Anyway, there's some more interesting stories some other time. I'll talk about Priyanka Chopra. So she's our own girl.
Of course, she's our girl, yes.
Shireen?
Yes, Thomas,
She's-
I'll be with you.
Mona agrees.
She's our own girl.
Whatever we wish.
Okay. So other interesting things to look forward to this month is PMS. I hope all of you are looking forward to that. Okay, and then we have Shri.
I know. He's never got that. I've tried very hard to explain. He's not got it.
Well, I get it.
Oh, so you make that good joke.
Yes. Yeah. On 21st of December, we have somebody else called Anthony Rose, who is based in Singapore, who has written a book on women and decided to give the proceeds of that book to Save the Children. And we're getting about 20,000 Singapore dollars on 21st in Mumbai. And Smriti, Acharya. Our own Smriti. Mumbai. Yeah, she's going to take it on our behalf. So that is another interesting thing. We're going to have a 2-day workshop, 2-day retreat of all the managers of the organization. I would have really liked to do it for the entire organization, but we have 300 and cost of prohibitive. So we're just going to have a 2-day session of planning forward for 2015, etc. And 2 additional things that I want to talk to you about. One is again about, I'm sure many people are asking about exits, right? And I talked to you, I think the last 3 TWTs have been talking about exit. When people leave, it's always not a happy thing, because people have, it's a part of, I keep saying that, a part of the organization is going with them. Some of nice memories is leaving with them. And we are a bit diminished. But in terms of actual percentages, we still are not in alarmingly high percentages. This year, as all of you know, that there have been certain unfortunate exits where we had to ask people to go. Some of them are there. So if you remove all those exits, we are still sitting at about 11%, and which, if you compare to many of the corporates or other or EPOs, or I mean, we are in much safer place. I always believe that people need to grow in the organization, and we should also be contributing to the sector by developing some talent and setting out. And look at people like Aftab, who's gone with high responsibility into UNICEF. In fact, we've been a kind of a developing ground for UNICEF. Many people have gone to UNICEF. That's interesting. Look at Irwin. I told you. Did I tell you about Irwin?
Yes.
Last year.
I told you about Irwin, right? I mean, where is he going? And when I shared about this to the global, the first thing is that one of, I mean, I can tell you that Irwin is not here, so I can talk behind his back. He's the best fundraiser in the sector in India. He's the best. I am not going to get anybody from this sector to replace Irwin, because we cannot. We cannot replace Irwin with anybody from the sector. So we have to look outside. That's what we are going to do. And so, and what job has he gone to? I think it's something which I cannot judge. Actually, last week, was it last week? Week before last week, week before last Friday, I was in exactly 2 weeks. I was in Oxford. We had a meeting at our global CEO Jasmine's house, and we went for this beautiful long walk in the countryside. It's so wonderful, that place. I mean, I told Irwin immediately. I called him and said, I'm jealous of you, man. To be coming to a place, not to go to and work in Oxfam. Oxfam, by the way, we are going to take over next year.
We'll have him back.
Huh?
We'll have him back here then.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So there is a good story when people go. There is a not so good story when people leave, because I really feel the pain of it when people leave, especially in my SMT team. Do you know how many people have gone? 2/3 have gone. These are the people who stood as pillars of this organization in the last six years, who built it, right? So, do I feel terrible about it? I do feel terrible about it. But does that mean that that is going to send me into perpetual gloom? No, I'm not. I'm looking forward, because I'm looking forward and looking at the replacements that we are getting. Wonderful people. These are the people the people whom I'm replacing, or we are replacing, are the people who would take this organization from where it is today to the 2,500 crore mark. So this is also giving us an opportunity to get excellent talent into the system, right? And where is Shireen gone? Okay, now I can talk behind her back also. Now, you know that Shireen is going? Okay. Let me also give you the good news that Shireen is not going. Okay. Now it may be not in the same. Is that a happy note or what? Yeah. So Shireen and I have been talking, and we are looking that Shireen would like to be connected with the organization, because I can't. Shireen probably is thinking, I can't think of Shireen out of Save the Children, because they are so closely interlinked, right? And after Regularly Judge, she has got the longest connection with Save the Children. So she's not going to go away so easily. So she's going to, or some of you like it or not, she's going to be around for a long period of time. Maybe not in the same avatar as she is, as the director of, but she's going to be there. I don't know. We will figure it out. Yeah. So that's wonderful news, I must say. Okay, I'm going to hand over to. I think I have covered everything. We do the eggie and the questions, or questions and eggie. Yeah, yeah. We'll deal with with the questions now. Please do ask as transparently as I can. If I have all the answers, I will. Otherwise, I look to some of you for the answers. But I can promise you, I will only tell the truth. And the other thing is that I actually visited Mumbai, Chennai, and I spoke to also the PMT. Was PLT or PMT? I get confused. PMT, which was in session, this one. So one of the feedback I got was that we are not communicating enough. That's why we had the TWT every month was for that, to bridge that gap. But maybe there are some communications still going through. This thing is recording everything that I say, and it is actually it's unedited, right? Is it edited? It's unedited. It's going into all the state offices. The thing is that why should they sit and listen to me for 1 hour? So probably they would like it in smaller capsules or something. So I have decided that I will also write it down and send it so that people can read it if they want to. Then if people come and say that I'm still not communicating, then I have to write to them in Malayalam. Okay. All right. Questions, please.
It's not a question, I have a suggestion.
Yes, sir.
It was good that 2 minute silence we observed. Can we write something to save the children came in Pakistan, CEO and others?
We should.
Our expressions of
Yeah. Why not?
Just that.
Yeah. Again, Shireen Singh, who is here? Communication team. Can you just take note of this and if you can write a letter and then send, we will write us on behalf of Save the Children India team to Save the Children Pakistan team, and how much we are with them in support at this point of their humongous loss. So I think we should. I agree with you. We will do that. And also, last night Harpal Singh had called me and said, what are we doing? I thought, sending out just another press release, it's going to get lost. So probably we should get. And I thought Sridhar was working on it. We want to place an op-ed in the media sometime soon on this. We should do that. Yeah.
In fact, Save the Children Pakistan has made some posts on Facebook. If, we can look it up and we can also share it on our walls as solidarity to Save the Children.
Can we pick it up and share it on our Facebook first of all? Where are the Facebook guys? The digital guys? Are they here, or they are on Chutti? Somebody could take care of. Anybody from the media communication team here? Not media communication. It's a RM communication. The digital guys. Are they here?
We put it across.
But
Okay.
everybody, like the staff, can also share the Pakistan post.
Right.
For,
Why don't you just take
solidarity
it
to
and
them.
yeah. And it's a good opportunity for those of you who are not on Facebook to
Everybody
register.
is on Facebook.
Sorry?
Everybody is on Facebook.
Is everybody
Are
on
you
Facebook?
on Facebook?
Yes, I am.
I'm a consultant, so I can be a little probably bolder, but I would like to say that when such things happen, probably as CEO of the NGO, which is going to be the biggest in the sector, you should also put out some posts from Save the Children India, right? On
Point
a personal
taken.
level,
Point taken.
or as the CEO.
Point taken. Yes, I will. Anything else? Questions, answers, clarifications, hate statements? Because last time we said that you could actually write beforehand. Has anybody written? Anything worrying you, bothering you, concerning you? Yes, go ahead.
If we could get some clarity on what we're doing about the office space and then
Okay. Number one thing is that we need to save money because otherwise we will not be able to pay you salaries. So we have to save money. We are spending 1.32 crores here. Next year, towards the end of the year, there will be another increase. October, there's no increase. 2015. Okay. November, there will be an increase. I mean, sorry, 2016. 2016, beginning or end? October. 2016, there will be an increase. So it will keep on increasing only. And 1.32 crores is something we cannot afford at this point. We'd like to save at least 40 to 50 lakhs from that if there is a possibility. Do we have a place fixed as of now? No. Have you seen places? Yes. Where all have you seen places? We have seen places at yesterday was at Okla, Mohan Cooperative, and also Gurgaon.
I was visiting Jasola today.
Jasola. Okay.
I was at the target office. Very nice. The area is very nice.
See, the target opportunity is very well, but the cost factor is
Still, cost is what we want.
Yeah. So we have to, what we are looking at is, our decision points would be based on cost is number one criteria. Number two is the accessibility from the nearest metro. Accessibility from the nearest metro within a kilometer, it would be, I mean, if it's 3-4 kilometers, it makes no sense. Within a kilometer, if you can get, that is another decision parameter. And what are the other things that we want to do? I'm a great fan of trying out whatever works, whatever is new, making it easy for people, especially for the, this may be a, it's not a gender neutral statement, especially for women who travel a lot, especially for women who have children to look after, and we men are the MCPs. We sometimes think that our job is outside of home, and everything at the home goes to women. Sir, you're going to get married now. So, take. By the way, Vivian is going to get married. Congratulations, and don't be an MCP is what we want to say. Okay, so the MCPs that we have, and I understand the difficulties of women to handle, balance a lot of different worlds. So I'm very concerned about that. So we need to look at things like how can they bring children to work? How can we have a crush for them? How can we have an office? Suppose we going to Noida, for instance. Can we have an office in Delhi? Suppose we go to Gurgaon. Can we have an office in Delhi where some people can work out of, or some days people can work out of? Can you work from home? Why not? Why not? Why can't you work out of home? Is that a problem? I have a problem. I can never work out of home because I get distracted. Facebook, etc. will come immediately. So I will actually work out of an office, but all others, it's free. You can work out of home if you can. If you can work out of home, you should work out of home. But nothing should fall through the cracks. Is that a possibility? Working out of home? How many people can work out of home? Yeah. Almost everybody.
Office space.
Sorry?
Save the entire 1.3 crore. Save time.
Sorry?
I'm saying you can save the entire 1.3 crore and just tell everybody to work there.
Exactly. We can save the entire 1.32 crores if everybody works out of home. Well, I think as an organization, we should look at what our deliverable is. Looking at the deliverable and working backwards, and this sense of office, sense of congregation, sense of community is also very much a part of our social existence, right? Many people, office is something which gives them some amount of security and that social connect. So I don't want to lose that, but at the same time, we got to find ways of doing it. I would like us to be an employee-friendly organization, a woman-friendly organization. Sir, the other day I was coming back from. Let me tell everybody that I was coming from Mumbai, and Amalia was with me, and we came out, and this was this Monday, and I don't know why there were no taxis available at that time. There was a long queue for the Merus, etc. for 1 hour. So I actually stood with her because I was afraid, because of Uber was playing in my mind, that she should actually be safely in a car and so on. So I was thinking, why is that women who come back late or go early or in the middle of the night, why is office not providing a safe transport, even if it costs us money? I think we should. And in her case, she was staying in this hotel. Why the hotel couldn't go and pick her up?
Policy, first of all, it was not there.
Yeah, so let us work on a policy that is all men, please take autos and go home. All women coming at that time of the night, we will have to find some ways. Cross subsidy. Yes, cross subsidy. Men will subsidize for women's travel. No, we got to be. I'm not joking. I think we got to be very, very serious about that. And when I talk about my train fetish, that everybody should travel by train to Lucknow, etc. Again, please keep safety in mind for women. I think we are that organization which should be a little extra friendly as far as women are concerned. So even in the office, we are looking at that. Wherever we go, that should be there. Yeah. So that's it. I don't know if I've given you enough clarity, but my mind also not very clear at this point of time because we are still looking around. Yeah? We'll come back to you as soon as we have found something. But as I promised last time, we will come to you and show you the actual, based on these 2-3 parameters, what we think is the best and why. Yeah, we'll come back to you probably in the next couple of weeks or so. We hopefully will be able to move forward on that. But I'm certain that as much as this office is good, but still we have to look for the best office, which means that meets all our parameters. Any other questions?
One point I have is that since we do a lot of advocacy work and we deal with many of the government counterpart, for the space part also, why can't we do a bit of that advocacy to
We've
get
done
some
that.
space?
It's not that we have not done that. Last year or last 2 years was the best time because the Chief Minister of Delhi was a good friend of ours, good friend of our chair. I have gone and met her at least 3 times in this regard. The files moved and then it got stuck.
No, the file was for the land part.
Correct.
Means why can't we advocate or by our links, why can't we ask the government to give us some of the space on rent? So,
Does that work that way? Government giving offices on rent?
Some of the other organizations have got this.
Like?
Oxfam has got it.
I've heard Oxfam is
Institutional areas where government has institutes like NCERT and all those, IFSAID and all, there we can do it.
We should, well, that also we should look at, Vivian. If the government is ready to give us, it cannot be that easy, but at the same time, as you're saying that Oxfam has got it, but I know that Oxfam is paying similar amount of monies there. Perhaps that is not a problem for them. I know where they are.
No, I heard they got a good deal. I'm not sure.
Well, good deal is always very relative.
You're not faced with something cost 250.
Yeah.
You get it for this is a good.
Exactly.
Position I want.
Okay.
Although it's not my favorite, but
Other questions? DSPO. Anything that you want to add from DSPO? Huh?
They selected some JD board members and CWC members.
Yeah. So that was. And you said that the floor above is going empty, right?
Yes, anybody wants to come?
Yes. Please start talking. Okay. Please start talking. That floor above is at least can have 25-30 people sit out of it. We can have some meeting rooms there and a common working area there for Delhi. So that's a possibility, which you can use, which we can use, and you will pay the rent and we will be there. We say somebody else. Okay, is that all? If there are no questions, because there is a, oh my goodness, there's a huge party waiting up there for Christmas. So I'm going to ask Shraddha to come over and talk to you about the AG Award. So we have some winners, I mean one winner, and I can tell you that it is a he this time. It was a he last time also. This time also it's a he. Okay. Okay. I would also like to announce. Most of you already know. This is the last day for or last TWT for Poonam. Is Poonam here? And Poonam has worked with us for 5.5 years or so, and that is a long time. And again, one of the quiet but very strong contributor to Save the Children, and especially our all the monitoring and systems.
Hello, Douglas.
And so thank you, Poonam, and all the very best for your future. One more strong alumni out there with a lot of goodwill for Save the Children.
जी टर्की का नंबर है आप किससे बात करना चाहते
टर्की
हैं
से ही बात करना चाहती हूँ मैं
आप कौन बात कर रहे हैं
मैं सेव द चिल्ड्रन दिल्ली ऑफिस से बोल रही हूँ
हाँ जी टर्की इज नॉट फीलिंग वेल तो एनीथिंग अर्जेंट
ठीक है थैंक यू we'll call him later we'll just call him later we want to speak with him ठीक है thank you
हेलो
hello
हाँ आपकी आवाज नहीं सुनाई दे रही है
कोई नहीं थैंक यू हम बाद में उनको फोन करेंगे थैंक यू
Okay, you can make the announcement.
Okay, so on behalf of Tarkis, I'll announce Yegi for October 2014 goes to Veera. And I'll read out the citation which Tarkis has sent for him. Veera has contributed to all major humanitarian response. I got very few chances to work with him, but I have heard that he has worked with SC UK and later in Bihar State Program Office as Admin and Accounts Officer, where his role was appreciated by all colleagues. His role during Kosi flood response was remarkable. While working with Veera during Uttarakhand and J&K humanitarian response, I came to know about the quality of Veera and that whatever I have heard about Veera was true. I have seen him spending endless time in the field during Uttarakhand flash floods and J&K flood response to complete his task. I have seen Veera being very helpful during various humanitarian responses.
Thank you.
I sincerely appreciate his attitude and respect for colleagues. Whenever I went to him for any support, he always provided helping hand, and I have observed the same while he is dealing with other colleagues. He loves people, works hard, and always tries to uplift the spirits of those around him. I am pleased to nominate Mr. Nandhalya Veera Reddy for the honor of EGI Award for the month of October 2014.
I don't remember the place. Was it Orissa, Bihar? When I saw in the kitchen. Where was it? Assam. Okay, in Assam, we had a guest house, and all of us had gone in the morning to the field and come back all tired, and Veera was in the kitchen cooking for all of us. So I thought this is really brilliant. So great, great. I'm happy to be handing this over to you. You know what it is, right? Okay, I'm not unwrapping this. Regi Awards for the month of October 2014. These are ready.
Thank you very much.
Want to say anything more?
Thank you very much.
So we are through. Is there anything else?
So the C for TWT will happen upstairs.
Upstairs. Yeah. I hope all of you will stay back and enjoy this year end. Let me also wish all of you all the blessings of this season, as well as a great new year ahead. I will be on leave, but I'm always available. I'm not going out of town, hopefully. So I'll be available.
Can I also request, there is on Monday, 11 o'clock, we are doing a street children event, a rally and a few other things which was actually scheduled today. The police didn't give us permission, so that's going to happen on Monday. So I invite everybody to join us with the kids.
What is it? It's okay.
It's a street play rally. The association leaders are going to come, so it's been everybody. So we are closing. Yeah, it's the end of the Nehru Place. I mean, we graduated from the Nehru Place center to the school, so we are closing down that grant. So that will be December 31st. We are closing down that grant, but then the activities would be merged with some others. So that's why.
Good. So, shall we be dispersed?